Hello, 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 and welcome to the Lifestyle Show with me, Pam Joseph. Now, keeping in line with government social distancing instructions, we are doing it. We are remote. We are viral. The Lifestyle Show is viral. Coming to you, welcoming all of you to my humble abode. Now, for the next couple of hours or so, do stay in tuned. You are going to be entertained by myself and my guests. Now, you're also very welcome to interact onto this live show with any comments or questions you'd like to ask. Particularly to our what we're calling our Black Lives Matters movement panel, which we have every week. This week we're focusing on policing matters on our shores here. So you can do that. There are various ways you can do that. You can just comment through now. Anything you want to ask, any comment, just tap in there and make your comments, and then we can read them out and things like that. But we can also get your views and comments again on the lifestyle email page, and that's lifestyle on Ben, all one word, lifestyle on Ben at hotmail.co.uk. Now, we say every week we talk about different issues, and we've got certain movers and shakers this week, you know, to tell you about certain things within that particular topic. All right, so keep it kind of focused, if you will. Anything to do with policing matters in the UK, keep it focused. Nice one. Before I bring in my co-host, Anthony Jordan, I just wanted to brief you on a news item that, you know, it's very close to the Lifestyle's heart, and we've been following it from the beginning of it all, and that was the murder of the Black sisters in a Northwest London park. So I just wanted to give you an update on that. So the murderer of the two Black sisters stabbed to death in a Northwest London park will begin his High Court case at the Old Bailey on the 21st of September. You may remember this case. Now, 18-year-old Daniel Hussein, you can see an image, a sketched image of him there. Daniel Hussein was arrested at his home in Blackheath, South East London, in the early hours of July the 1st. He was charged with the brutal murders of 46-year-old Bieber Henry and her sister Nicole Smallman, 27, on June the 1st at Friant Country Park in Kingsbury. The killer appeared briefly at Westminster Magistrates Court on the 2nd of July, charged with 2 counts of murder and possession of an offensive weapon. He confirmed his name, address and date of birth and was remanded in custody. He later appeared at the Old Bailey on the 6th of July, where a trial date was set. Here's a recap of the case. The sisters were celebrating Bieber's 46th birthday with around 10 other people on the evening of Friday, June the 5th. As the guests departed, both sisters remained and were happily listening to music and taking pictures of themselves dancing with fairy lights. They'd been in good spirits and had spoken to family members at around 1:05 Saturday morning. Police maintained the fact that it was an unprovoked attack and that the killer wasn't known to the victims. More information is still being sought by the police, and they're asking anyone who was at the park on Friday evening or the early hours of Saturday. Call the incident room on 020-8721-4205. That's 020-8721-4205. Or you can call Crime Stoppers anonymously, and that's 0800 555 111. And our thoughts and prayers go out to the family for their devastating loss. Okay, at this point, Anthony Jordan, aka The Dark Persuader, join me now. Hello, Anthony.
Hey, how are you, Pam?
How are you, my dear? Nice to see you now.
I'm good. Lovely, lovely. I like a bit of that. So, how's things been with yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. It's been an okay week. It's been an okay week, you know. But no, not too bad at all. But just to let you know, I mean, today I know it's packed, and I know we've got to move on a bit, but I just want to quickly to say that, you know, we are going to give a couple of tributes later on in the show to.
We will do indeed.
Acting greats.
Yes, yeah, a couple of acting greats. Jade Marie Joseph as usual, an old favourite, Miss Desire. We've got a very, very talented DJ. I'm not even saying anymore because I want to see everyone's jaw drop when he comes on for the big shocker on that one. And entertainment news and music videos to keep everybody entertained throughout the day. But until then, we will keep it short and sweet because it is a very packed show. So keep it here, keep it lifestyle.
Actually, just very quickly before you go, Dargetti competitions, we've got to be telling our viewers to listen out to things that we're going to be talking about within the programme, and then we're going to pose a question, aren't we?
That is indeed the truth, Pam. It could be anywhere within. So when I said keep it locked, I wasn't joking, because it could be first segment, last segment, it could be a music video, it could be absolutely anything. The question will come, it will be in this week's show, so there's no hidden agendas, and it will be yours to enjoy a wonderful selection of Dalgety teas, beautiful hamper, nice stuff to build the immune system. Thanks to Dalgety teas.
Nice one. Nice one. Thank you, Anthony. See you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Now, my first guest is a founder of this beautiful concept. It's called World Afro Day. I think even the words itself means, so much, sisterhood. Actually, it means great things. I just think it just means great things. And we want to hear more about that. So let's introduce Michelle de Leon.
Hi.
Hello there, Michelle.
I'm so happy.
Where's your afro? Where's your afro?
Afro hair? Got afro hair?
Natural. Everything natural.
Afro hair.
Lovely. Michelle, as I said, even the title itself it just sends tingles down the spine, because I just love the idea of World Afro Day. But for our viewers, let us know a bit more. What does it really mean?
So World Afro Day is a global day, an annual day, and it's about change, education, and celebration of our hair, our culture, our identity. Yeah, it's a celebration day.
Mm-hmm. And so when we say World Afro Day, it's taking place, we know, in September.
Yeah.
So tell us about that particular day. Tell us what you do.
Okay, so on that day, this is now our 4th year. So this year it's going to be a bit different because COVID is all around the world, and so we're going to be an online global event. And it's really good because World Afro Day is always about reaching out to everybody around the world. It's about unifying us around our hair and identity. So we're going to have people from America, Brazil, Africa, Europe, and we've got a really special element this year, and it's called the Top 10 Model Competition.
Wow. That sounds interesting, but you've got endorsements by some huge organizations. I want to hear a bit more about that.
Yeah, so you know what, from the year one, I reached out to the United Nations Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights. I just saw that they were doing the Decade of African Descent, and I thought, well, our hair is of African descent. And then ever since that beginning, they've said, yeah, we're going to endorse World Afro Day.
Mm-hmm. That's brilliant. We're talking about global engagement, and you've had 2.5 million coverage views.
That was year one, Pam. We've had over 10 million since then. Yeah, it's been phenomenal. People it's meant something to their heart to be acknowledged and to have a day to celebrate us, because the fact is, 364 days a year, the world is not celebrating African people. And on this day, the world can celebrate us.
Yeah. In the climate that we have today, when we talk about Black Lives Matters and things like that, it's so much more poignant, don't you think, Michelle, as well?
Yeah, I just think the world's almost catching up with a focus on Black people, our needs, equality issues. And I suppose in some ways, our hair is even further behind discrimination against our skin. They're kind of vaguely aware that there's racism against our skin, but they have no idea that, for example, the date that we chose, September the 15th, a law was passed in America which allowed employers to deny us jobs just because if you have dreadlocks. So in the 21st century, 2016, there was a law passed against us saying, we don't have to employ you if you wear dreadlocks. So we just thought that's outrageous.
Mm-hmm. So how do people get on board, if you will? What do they need to do?
So just follow us, really. Go to our website, worldafroday.com, go to our Insta, @WorldAfroDay, Twitter, Facebook. And really, we're going to be doing something special this year. And we're asking everybody to bring a white person. Because the fact is, what Black Lives Matter has shown is that we need to educate the world. And the only way to do that is to get them involved and to get them educated.
That's a really, really good idea. I like the sound of that. What about also, does any of this go out to colleges and schools at all?
Yeah, so we've been working with schools. You have to work with schools because not only the fact that our children get excluded because of their hair, they get punished because of their hair, they get told to take their hair out, they get told their hair's too big, too short, they get told their cane rolls aren't accepted. So we've had to work with schools. We need to educate them that a lot of their policies are discriminatory, and our own research has found that 1 in 6 children with afro hair are having a bad or really bad time in UK schools. So that has to change.
That has to change indeed. Let's talk a bit about yourself. Television producer? Let's talk a bit about yourself, Michelle.
I am. So, gosh, I've been in television for over 20 years. Oh. And yeah, I suppose it's given me some skills that I've used for the benefit of World Afro Day, to the benefit to talk to the world about our story, you know, our story as Black people, our story around our hair and the need for change. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's going good. I mean, I noticed anyway, to tell you the truth, Michelle, in the last sort of like 5-6 years, especially going to the Afro Hair and Beauty Show, the annual Afro Hair and Beauty Show, I noticed a trend that more and more women and also their children were sort of like going natural. And so it started to become more of a popular thing to have your natural hair out and deal with your natural hair.
Yeah, I think, I mean, even the last few years, I used to travel through London Bridge, and I just genuinely saw the change to all the Black women I was seeing had their hair natural or had it in some sort of African hairstyle of our braids, and it become normal. It was becoming normal that you just saw more and more women just saying, I'm going to work with my hair and my hair looks good.
Yeah,
and there was that confidence. There was that confidence that was just building, I think, globally around our identity and our identity being good enough for the workplace. So, yeah, that's what has been happening.
Yeah, I think we should have now a slight influence more on advertising as well. When we look at the mainstream, you know, we get our VO5s and all that lot being advertised. We've got a lot of Black products, if you will, dealing with natural hair that we should be having out there, don't you think?
Yeah, I just think young people is where it's at now, because there's an opportunity for young people not to go through the mistakes and the issues that we had around relaxers and damage to our hair. So this year we're concentrating with the Top 10 Model Competition, which allows young people to share their stories, to do a little catwalk at home, and then they get picked by our judges like Eunice Olamide, who's a supermodel, and there's going to be 10 winners from around the UK who we're going to be celebrating on the day.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. So this competition, again, all details found on that website that you mentioned to us. I'm going to let you give that again, but all details on that. So, all right, Michelle, go ahead, give that to us again as we round up.
WorldAfroDay.com.
Excellent. Michelle, thank you ever so much. I know you're very busy lady. Thank you ever so much. We're going to perhaps even maybe make a mention, 1 or 2 mentions before we lead up to September 15th on this as well. You know, everybody does know what's happening over there. Yeah?
Thank you so much.
Thank you ever so much. Take good care of yourself. Stay safe.
Bye.
Bye now. Wow, look at that. I mean, I love that. I still really think we need to have more. We need to have more advertising going on. And this also influence, as Michelle just said, that our young ladies are, you know, as we bring them up, you know, it's great. Absolutely. Natural hair is fantastic. Black is beautiful. I'll see you after this. Hi, and welcome back to the Lifestyle Show with me, Pam Joseph. Now, as I said, we continue our debate on Black Lives Matters movement, kicked off by the brutal and racist, tragic murder of 46-year-old George Floyd in the States. in May, at the hands of police officers. The incident has made a global impact in terms of systemic racism and inequalities. And over here, we continue peaceful marches and protests, but we've also been hearing about some positive discussions taking place. There are a few. You may not think that's enough, but maybe we need to start somewhere. However, in the past few weeks, we've been hearing about some dreadful news of Black individuals who've experienced somewhat negative stories with their brush with the law, if you will, and their treatment at the hands of police officers. The question we're asking ourselves today, I should say, namely, the athlete Bianca Williams just recently. We're going to hear a bit more about her, you know, as we speak with our guests. But we asked this particular question about the forces, the police forces out here. I mean, after seeing what's happening to in the States, shouldn't there be a difference, and shouldn't they be marking that and saying that they don't want, you know, that sort of relationship to break down between them and the community, the Black community? And yet, when you hear about certain things going on, you wonder: are they not hearing? Is it falling on deaf ears? Are they blind? Anyway, to answer some of these questions and maybe more, because you're going to come in and send in your comments and questions. So we're joined now by a former Chief Inspector of the Metropolitan Police Service, David Michael MBE, criminal lawyer Jennifer Obaseki Solicitors, and Kenneth Hines, member of the Haringey Stop and Search Monitoring Group. Hello to all of you. Can you all hear me nice and clear? And thank you ever so much for you. I know you're all very busy, so thank you so much for joining us. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, Pam.
Okay,
Good evening.
Hey, hello there. I'm just going to sort of kick off with the first thing I want to talk about, because it's for two reasons. The incident, involving GB team member athlete Bianca Williams and her great, if you will, with the law, where her partner and herself were, handcuffed with a young baby in the car. We just keep asking ourselves questions. Aren't people being learned about, if they look over to the States and see what's happening over there, and then try to, put the Metropolitan Police Service or all police forces across the UK into a certain degree, but we have to be community-led. Police is important to us. We know that, but it's somehow not happening. I don't understand why. And I don't know. I'm going to say, Kenneth, I'm going to bring you in more because you are part of the Haringey Stop and Search Monitoring Group. Talk to us about that. What's happening?
Well, again, what we saw with Bianca was strictly illegal. It was violating her human rights by simply putting her in handcuffs for no reason at all. Also, I thought it was very interesting that the first thing the copper said when he came up to a partner, he smelled cannabis. He could not have got it more wrong, because they're athletes that get arrested repeatedly. So if he doesn't know what cannabis smells like, I would take him down a block so he can smell it all day long, so that doesn't make that mistake again. Now, quite clearly, what we are seeing is the racial profiling of policing that has been the bedrock over the last 45 years that I have experienced. That I will tell you this much: what we experience here in Haringey is a police force in the Black area and a police service in the rich part of town. What we see as a regular is that when they do a stop and search, their first thing they go for is handcuffs. Again, they use as a regular use of handcuffs, which again, 4 out of 5 stops and search leads to no further action. Mm-hmm. And 80% of the Black men that are stopped leads to no further action. But the interaction with the police could leave them emotionally traumatized. No different to what you see Bianca Williams is doing. Yeah. The difference between, I would say, George Floyd, the difference between George Floyd and what's happening here is George Floyd was on TV. They've been kneeling on my neck, they've been kneeling on my son's neck, and they've been kneeling on my grandson's neck. But the only thing is, it hasn't been filmed. And we have to tell them,
Yeah.
Enough is enough.
At this point, Kenneth, let's bring in former Chief Inspector David Michael. Section 60, stop and search, stop and question, stop and engage, whatever you want to call it. You know, have they taken it on a certain level?
I'm sorry, what did you say about Section 60?
Section 60, basically, you know, stop and search, stop and question, stop and engage, whatever title you want to give it. Are the police now sort of taking it on another level? Are they, because they seem to be more aggressive in, you know, their sort of stop and search, it's sort of stop and it's sort of stop and manhandle first before you question.
Well, Section 60 is a stop and search power where the officer doesn't even need to have reasonable grounds. So a senior officer authorizes in a geographical area for a period of time, and they need to have some reasons, like they fear violence or they fear that weapons are being carried. But the individual officer doesn't have to have reasonable grounds. So they use this blanket power in a geographical area to stop and search people. Now, following on from what Ken said, there's been a really disturbing development. First of all, I need to be very clear about my position. Not that long ago in London, we had a disproportionate amount of young people, young black people killing themselves. We do want the police and the authorities to keep communities safe, to keep people, to keep guns and knives off the street. We absolutely want that. What we don't need is what Ken's described. We don't need unlawful, unjustified stopping and searches. So there has been a disturbing trend. And because I am a former officer, someone who's been involved in community police engagement as a retired police officer and a human rights champion and a avowed anti-racist, people share those social media videos with me. And I know the videos don't always tell the whole story, but what we see on the videos are very disturbing enough. And us as citizens and the police service should be very concerned about them. Now, there is excessive use of force. There is what I describe as a mob policing approach, when too many police officers are overwhelming an individual person who's already handcuffed. The second issue is the unreasonable and unnecessary use of force and the use of handcuffs as it was in Bianca Miller's case, but more often this is on young black men. And these are on young black men who are not resisting. They're not trying to escape police, the encounter with police.
Yeah.
And yet these handcuffs are slapped on in no time.
Yeah. David, this time we need to get Jennifer to come in now. Just so we can
I just quickly
Jennifer, I would like to ask you. You've dealt with a lot of criminal cases, and particularly probably even mirroring what happened to Bianca Williams. You know, are you finding a certain trend? Are you finding that pattern that the police are aggressively and very quickly sort of like placing the handcuffs and rather being very aggressive, if you will, in their stop and search procedure?
Sadly, that does seem to be the case. And I'm saying that being a solicitor had a practice in East London, but a solicitor that grew up on the streets of Haringey as well, with a brother and also have two sons. So when I say that I have subjective knowledge of this and experience, sadly I do, close and personal. The officers seem to be, I don't know if it's due to lack of training, and I don't know if it's due to fear, or I don't know if it's just simply due to, I would say, a real lack of community engagement, that you have officers suddenly on young people without reasonable cause. What was said before about Section 60 is absolutely correct. When officers fear that in a specific location there's likely to be crime or there's been a spectre of certain criminal activity, then a senior officer may give that order that a Section 60 empowerment is used, and officers don't have to have reasonable grounds to stop and search any young people because they're trying to prevent crime, because they believe there are weapons in the area. However, in absence of that declaration by a senior officer, ordinarily officers do not have that power to stop and search individuals in public without reasonable cause. And sadly, our young people are not so empowered with the law and confident to challenge officers when they are in the wrong. So many police, we know they're short in number, we know they're under pressure, they've had cuts to their budgets, but that does not give them the right to go into the community hand heavy, cuffs heavy and on the ready, and there needs to be much more of a level of engagement. The young people also need to know how to accost an officer and say, but where are your reasonable grounds for stopping me? My son, unfortunately, has even been stopped in an aggressive manner 3 times. So he does not like police. He's apprehensive of police. Not to say he doesn't cooperate. I've always said to parents, if you are anxious, like I was, tell your child to carry your name and number on a piece of paper in their pocket. Tell your child to also have your email on it. No officer should be stopping any young person, especially anyone under the age of 16, without an adult being present. No child needs to respond to an officer unless they're feeling the need to cooperate due to reasonable grounds for being stopped if they are a child without an adult being present. And it's very important that we not just only educate our children, but we also educate the police as to how they come across and why they're not getting full cooperation. But what happened to Bianca was completely illegal. It was an abuse of power. It was excessive force right there. And the fact is, they did not come out immediately and apologize. They tried to cover it up by showing snippets of the video. And that's where, again, that distrust was just emboldened by the public, sadly. It's very, very unfortunate. It would be much, much easier that when they get it wrong, that they hold their hands up immediately and not be found out.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to go straight to some of the comments and questions that have been come through. I've just got to go straight to this because there is some people that want to know certain things. So Norma from Basingstoke asks, why isn't there more being done to root out racist individuals who've managed to join the police force in the UK? Because I believe therein lies the problem with our British police. David.
The issue is our legal person was talking about training. The issue isn't about training. The issue is about leadership, supervision, management, which is very much lacking. Another challenge at the moment is the Commissioner of the Metropolitan Police. So 2 points. When members of the public, members of the community express concerns about these the excessive use of force in stop and search, the use of handcuffs that amounts to cruel, inhumane and degrading treatment, we then have superintendents of the Metropolitan Police giving interviews, and they give no attention to community concerns or the need for community policing partnerships. This is at the heart of the issue. And then we have the Commissioner of Police. We have the Commissioner of the Metropolitan Police basically repudiating the Stephen Lawrence inquiry recommendations about institutional racism in the Metropolitan Police and the British Police Service. So it goes far deeper. It's at the heart of the organization and the high command. So it's not about untrained constables. It's not about the training of officers. It's about the heart of the Metropolitan Police at the highest level.
Okay, let's turn to Ollie from Tooting. He asked, do you think the British police well, these asked the same thing I asked in my intro, would change the way that they approach and question black males in light of what happened in America. Let's move on from that one. Andrew from Kilburn asks, why can't new applicants be given a lie detector test and ask questions about how they feel about black and minority ethnic people? That's different. What would you say to that, Ken? A lie detector test?
So that will make an ounce of difference, because what it is that it's simply that when the police are come in, what they can't reproduce is adrenaline. Because if a junior police officer is telling that the area he's going to police, those people in that area, everyone wants to kill him, right? So they are going to be on officer safety coming first. This is what we see. This is why we see two different types of policing. You can have 3 people walking down the road, 2 black, all friends, 2 black and 1 white. And what the police would do, they would rock up, they would put the 2 black youngsters in handcuffs, and they would just have a conversation with a white man. And then what they would say to you is, the reason that we're putting them in handcuffs, this is Chris the Dick, is because we're trying to save them from themselves, because they are known to swallow drugs. And he said that we only stop drug dealers. But I will tell you that 70% of the stop each month is under the misuse of drugs. 90% of that is around cannabis. And they've got a very low hit rate. So I'm saying to you, is the biggest problem that we see here is simply that if you take cannabis out of stop and search, the police are going to have bags of time to go and do what we want them to do, which is to tackle serious violence and around about knife crime and gun crime. Because at the moment, they're only spending each month less than 3% of their stop and search is around weapons enabled crime. So I'm saying to you, it's not the training. As David quite rightly says, it's the leaders that's the problem, because stop and search came out of a racist law, the Vagrancy Act in 1824. So it's not surprising we still got disproportionality going right through since it came into being in 1984, right to the current day. But nobody is doing nothing about it. And they took out the word from Scarman and Macpherson, which we called it, as it was, institutionalized racism. Now they call it unconscious bias. But what do you call it when you enact that unconscious bias? It becomes conscious. If it's unconscious, it stays in the subconscious. But when it comes conscious, that becomes bias.
Let me get the last one here. Simeon from Homerton says, I'm going to do this for you, Jennifer. It's obvious the UK police, and I believe Ken touched on this, it's obvious the UK police still use racial profiling when dealing with black people. Isn't it about time this system was scrapped? And how can we legally scrap it?
Well, the thing is, you see, with the Equality Act, the police should not be exercising their powers in a biased way. They should not be profiling before they are carrying out stops and searches. Imagine if they had a stop and search in Chelsea testing for cocaine. Why haven't they ever done that? Why? I think it's because they would realize that they'd be stopping a lot more people that they don't expect to, middle class, upper class people that can afford those types of drugs. And the fact is, if they really wanted to do a stop and search around West London, I'm sure they would have a lot of hits. They have the kits, they could do it. But how do we take it out? We take it out by changing the legislation and making sure that there's enforcement whenever the legislation is used wrongly. We bring actions against the police when they have abused their power, or we find that our clients are injured due to excessive force. Not every person who suffers harm complains, though. Some people are not documented. Some people feel that it might just bring worse problems to themselves. Some people are too traumatized to bring a complaint. But one thing is, if you let someone get away with something, they will continue to. I do not believe that officers should go without reproach and reprimand when they are at fault. So the one thing is to try and make sure that we have the confidence and we have the ability to bring officers into line when they are in the wrong. The Police Complaints Authority, sadly, sometimes their cases do drag on. And sadly, where they find that the officers have not abused their power or have acted wrongly, Often, when people pursue the matter further, the opposite is found. But nowadays, with the body cameras, we are finding that we are having quicker resolution to complaints because the cameras don't lie. As Keith had said earlier, knees have been on our necks in the UK for a very long time. But right now, there's the ability to record. Again, I always say to people, if you come across a situation where you do see an officer acting in a manner you're not comfortable with, do bring out your phone, do record. If you feel that the person that the officer's dealing with is underage, do outline and ask that person, do you want me to be an appropriate adult for you? Do ask, because sometimes just making your presence known might help save that person from harm. And it sounds odd that I'm saying save them from harm from an officer. Not all officers, as I've said, intend to do good. Some are just really, really badly trained. As much as at the beginning of their career, they go in with those intentions. Because of lack of cultural understanding, sensitivity, when they come across a group of youths, if 5 are white and 6 are black, for some reason, they may be more apprehensive of the black youth. The video that circulated of the young boy that was stopped in Tesco's in Edmonton, it was horrid. His friend was Caucasian, he was black, he and his other black friend were put in handcuffs. And it was just so poignant. The officers, again, were given frivolous excuses. Yeah. Handcuffs should not be used unless the person is trying to abscond or unless the person presents a risk of harm. And their use has to be recorded.
Okay. But we have to leave it there, Jennifer. Thank you ever so much. We've just really run out of time. I just have to say thank you, all of you, for your time. We've got to probably do this again because I think we need a bit longer. So thank you ever so much, David Michael, MBE, Kenneth Hines of the Harrogate Stop and Search Police Monitoring Group, and Jennifer Obaseki of Obaseki Solicitors. Thank you ever so much. Take care. Right, okay, quick break now, and we're back with a very, very, Hi, welcome back to the Lifestyle Show with me, Pam Joseph. Very heated debate there. We're going to have to do another one on that and make it a bit longer, I think. But anyway, let me introduce you to, I'd say, one of England's finest black actors. He's also a writer and director. He recently starred in the smash hit drama Sitting in Limbo, where he portrayed a real-life victim of a very dark episode in the country's political history, namely the Windrush scandal. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Patrick Robinson.
Hi.
Hello, Mr. Robinson. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
You're looking good. You're looking very good. I like that attire there. Very ethnic going on there.
I'm at my sister's birthday do in Southend at the minute. So
very happy
I've
birthday
snuck away.
And the lifestyle team.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, so I've just snuck away. So
yeah, okay. Let's just, I mean, you heard me talk about Sitting in Limbo, but before we talk about Sitting in Limbo, let's let everyone know a bit about the man himself, Patrick Robinson. Let's start with you. You graduated from people would know this, but London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art, which we called LAMDA. This is quite a great start when you think about it. When you started it, and this is great start for you there.
Yeah, I kind of got into drama school at 19, and that was 1983, and left in 1986, and my first job was with the Royal Shakespeare Company in Stratford-on-Avon. So fortunately, that gave me my equity card, because those days you had to work 40 weeks as a paid actor, as opposed to hopefully getting it provisionally when you leave drama school. Anyway, so I got that contract, and then it continued. It continued for the next 3 years. I stayed with the Royal Shakespeare Company until 1989, and then went on to do Casualty in 1990.
Yeah. How did that come about? How did
were.
Casualty come about, though, Patrick?
It was just an audition. It was literally, because I do recall linking up with David Harewood years later, and he said, I went up for that.
Oh.
And I went, really? And I think that, yeah, well, this is 1990, and I suppose there was a dearth of work for, actors of colour. So obviously us young guys were all up for the same thing. So fortunately for me, at that moment in time, I got that gig, and and that was great to get a chance to do a series, as opposed to just a one-off. So you get a chance to learn the craft of filmmaking, shooting. So in terms of it being a microcosm of work, it's like, yeah, that was great for me.
Yeah, and you've done several things. I mean, you stage and TV is integral with you. But can I just ask you, Patrick, which one do you prefer, stage or TV?
Well, I can say that in Basic Instinct, I prefer live stage, because you have your journey as an actor. You have a beginning, middle, and end, and it's the actor's discipline, essentially, that you do it every night for a new audience, and the event is happening in that room at that night. So it could be great one night and not so good the next, but hopefully you give out 100% as an actor, whoever you're playing to. So for me is where it begins, and that's where my heart lies.
I introduced
of course,
you.
When you get to a certain age, you can hardly do the 8 shows a week.
Yeah.
You can,
we're having it's a bit static because we're having you sort of like
12 months
freeze a little bit
at a time. So I was doing really good work in a sort of and sort of in a microcosm way we can.
We're having some technical problems here. You're coming in and out slightly there, Patrick. Don't know whether or not that can be fixed.
Sorry, Pam.
Yeah, you're kind of, it's getting static and it keeps freezing. Okay. We'll have to see if we can perhaps even get Patrick in again. So let's just go for a wee break now, and let's see if we can get Patrick in after this.
You broke up completely, so I didn't hear the
Hi, welcome back. And let's see if we can get Patrick. Patrick, can you hear me now? Because I think we were having technical problems. It's sort of like freezing. I'm sure you can probably hear me. We're just waiting for me to see you.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you okay now? Does it look as if it's okay now? And let's get him off the mute. You've muted, and let's see if we can go again. So we're not going to go again. We're just going to talk about the last bit there, because I just wanted to add to the fact that I had introduced you, my intro to you. I said writer and director. I should have said maybe was it co-writer and director, because I want to talk to you about the film Monument, which you helped to write and direct, and significantly about a certain place called Bristol and a certain individual, which we've all seen in the headlines recently. Can you hear me, Patrick? All right. Let's see if we try and get back. I think, Anthony, we better just, for the time being, let's have you back and let's talk about a bit more what's going on. what's happening later on in the show. Anthony, are you with me there? So
this is technology, people. This is life. If you didn't believe that the show was live, this was the proof. Okay. No, first off, I just want to say, even though you didn't get a chance to do it, funny enough, I was just talking to a few people about it. Sitting in Limbo is tops. It's available on the iPlayer.
yes.
Another company, so I won't mention it, but we all know who has iPlayer. Check it out. It definitely touches on the subject of the Windrush and a man, Anthony Bryan, who went through a terrible ordeal. I won't say too much because it is really Patrick's territory. But in terms of talking about the entertainment corner, it is a busy one. You did mention we will be having some tributes. Jade will be giving us a little highlight as usual with a bit of entertainment. Miss Desire, oh, did I spoil a surprise? Miss Desire will be in the house as well. And as I said to you guys already,
Old favourite of lifestyle.
Indeed. So, you know, in this current approach to what would have been Carnival, a bit of soca is always appreciated and loved. So we will most definitely be hitting on that one. And from there, we will also have my pièce de résistance, because I've seen this young kid. Spoil it again. There is a talent coming. So most definitely. But right now, I think I'm going to vanish, Pam. And I believe we can reintroduce Patrick. So I will see you later.
Mr. Robinson, are you back with me? And have we got a better contact there? Hi, Patrick. You're back with me now. You can hear me? You can hear me okay? I can hear you, but you're not moving in front of the screen. We can see you, but I can hear you as well. This, I don't know whether we can go back to Patrick. We may have to actually invite Patrick back next week, and hopefully.
I agree with you. Again, this is what happens when you've got live technology. You just can't establish it. I think so far though, it was great. It's always great to see Patrick. So 2 weeks in a row will be a blessing.
Yeah.
It's that blessing that we've got there.
I mean, the beauty of it is he still took time out to be
from his sister's
birthday. Do you know what I mean? And you can hear the little entertainment going on over there, but he's still taking time out to talk to us. So what a shame, but never mind. You know, there's always next one.
Indeed.
So then I think at this point, after this small break, I think I'll just do the our little tribute to two of our greats.
Yes. You know what? Why not?
Why
not? It's been an awkward week, so do you know what? Let me just deliver the news now. So when we get to the entertainment corner, it will be entertaining. Let's start off with last month, 28th of June. We lost Louis Mahoney, brilliant actor. He passed on the 28th of June at the age of 81. Anyone asking me where would I recognize Louis from? Louis was actually the Doctor, Dr. Finn, in the episode of Fawlty Towers, which I would say is probably the most famous episode of Fawlty Towers, The Germans. So Louis most definitely was there for that. He was also in The Omen 3, Live and Let Die, and he was also in the classic Stephen Biko film, which is Cry Freedom. He was one of the officials there. So
also Rise and Fall of Idi Amin and White Mischief. That's a good one. White Mischief, that was a good one as well. So
you showing me up on my film knowledge. It's fine.
No, because
this is what I love about collab. No, I'm joking.
Because I know you gather some, I've gathered some, because he's
that's how we do it. That's how we do it. I'm only winding you up, Pam. It's co-conspirators.
You like winding
in the house. And also on the 3rd of July, which was my 35th birthday, unfortunately we lost another great in terms of UK industry in the UK of acting. It was Earl Cameron, who passed at the age of 102. MBE, as you can see there, he has his medal proudly displaying.
Can I say the first bit, Anthony? He was actually named Earlston Jewett Cameron. Earlston.
Indeed.
Jewett Cameron, and he shortened that to Cameron. And you do know that he got into acting accidentally. I got a bit about him. He had a mate that was doing a revival of Chu Chin Chow at the Palace Theatre. This is in 1941, and he was a dishwasher at the time at a West End hotel, and he sort of said to his mate, he saw 5 others black actors doing big parts in this thing, and he said, "Oh, I like the look of that." So he's gone and asked, his mate, get us on there. But, his mate said to him, well, no, because we're fully cast. But what happened, luckily, this was meant to happen. A couple of weeks later, one of those 5 members, black actors, didn't turn up. So his mate, Crossman, quickly said to the producer, director, whatever, he said to him, look, I've got this chum of mine, he can step in. So he was just taken on the spot. The director saw him and took him on the spot. So that's how he then became an actor.
You know what? And we know that old saying of what is meant for you is meant for you, most definitely. And for that, we have many, many years of entertainment. Certain films I will mention. He's done a couple of Tarzan films. He was in Thunderball, another James Bond. So both of these guys have done a bit of James Bond.
Did you know that he was meant to play the role of Quarrel in the first Bond film, Dr. No, but the producer, the director, gave it to John Kitzmiller instead. He was meant to play Quarrel in the first film, Bond film, Dr. No.
So I'm going to use the last word of that film and say no, because I didn't know that. So thank you very much. No, great stuff. He was also in The Interpreter with Nicole Kidman, and he was also in Inception with Leonardo DiCaprio. So he's done some big films as well as doing stuff on the UK shores. He's done Hollywood as well. So a fantastic.
His biggest one that really made him. They said that he crossed the colour barrier was when he was.
Can I take a stab? Is it Pool of London?
Yeah.
Gotcha there. No, most definitely.
Yeah.
That's the one. So great stuff there. So that was sorry?
Having a romance with a white lady, and at the time of 50s England, that was like, whoa, taboo. And he did that superbly in the midst of a diamond robbery and intrigue and what have you. But I mean, wow. Yeah, and he was just so natural. You can see, I think that I was hoping that we could have played a clip of that scene just there. He's with Susan Shaw. This clip here, and just a wonderful actor. Just seemed natural because of course he wasn't artistically trained. So that was the brilliant thing.
Again, I'll say it again. What is meant for you is meant for you. I'm just going to touch on the last one. This isn't a part. Well, I'm at the time of recording, people, because I know people will be watching this on Friday and Monday on Ben TV. At the moment, it's still a missing persons case. So this is Naya Rivera from the TV show Glee. She went out, she hired a boat with her son and she went for a swim, essentially, and has not been seen since. And her poor 4-year-old son, he does have long hair there. It is definitely a boy. Even the person who spotted him was like, oh, there's a young girl. But her son was just left on the boat all alone, just saying that mum went for a swim and she hasn't come back. And the police are still out searching. Her brother's actually been out for a swim. Her dad's out there. The family are desperate to find her. And I'm still on a fingers crossed motion on that one. I really hope we do get a positive result. But
I do too. I hope we do that. I was just going to end, and you jumped the gun there on me. I know we had to say that one, but I was just going to end with some great things about Earl. Just to end it.
Sorry, I do apologise.
Yeah, it's all right. You spoke about the CBE. He was on it in 2009, but it's also the Earl Cameron Theatre, based in Hamilton, Bermuda, and that was named in his honour in December 2012. The University of Warwick awarded Cameron an honorary doctorate in January 2013. In September 2016, he became the first inductee into the Screen Nation Hall of Fame at the BFI in Southwark. And in 2019, the Earl Cameron Award for a Bermudian professional who's demonstrated exceptional passion and talent in the field of theatre, cinematography, film, or video production was established in his honour by the Bermuda Arts Council. He is regarded by many Black British actors as a true legend and a great pioneer. And he did die peacefully at his home in Kenilworth, Warwickshire, on the 3rd of July at the age of, as Anthony said, 102, surrounded by his wife and his family. So,
that is a legacy. That is a legacy. And may those two legends, Louis Mahoney and Earl Cameron, may you both rest in peace. And thank you for your contributions in creating a platform for us all.
Excellent. That was it. Nice one. Right on. So what we're going to do now, we're going to take a little break. And I think you're going to be taking us over with some entertainment.
I am. And do you remember that little surprise I keep talking about? That's going to be my first surprise. That's how I'm going to kick off the entertainment corner. See you later. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Entertainment Corner with me, as the name says, Anthony. Oh, always get that wrong, Anthony Jordan. Okay, right now, I am going to introduce a talent. I was able to see a bit of what he was able to do on a sound clash with White Yardie, and I'm expecting great things in the future for this gentleman. And I say gentleman, but as I said, it's a surprise because once you see the visuals, your jaw's going to drop the same way mine did. Right now, can I please introduce DJ Arrow and his co-conspirator, his dad. I'm guessing the ability to be able to spin the tracks came from you, Dad. Am I wrong, or did Arrow just hit it from himself straight away?
Yeah, I mean a bit. I was going to say a bit of both. He did definitely take it up from a very young age. I'm not sure if you're a parent yourself, but sometimes it's hard keeping your children away from out of your stuff, out of your bits and bobs and things like that. And he was very much active when I was doing my bits, and then it just all started from there. He just showed an interest, and it was something that, you know, Mum and I were happy to let him continue with.
Cool. No, fantastic. And well done. So, I mean, everyone's watching and has the same reaction I did when I was talking. Oh, we've got this young DJ coming on, DJ Arrow. How old are you?
I am 8 years old.
Hey. I just about learned how to press pause at that age, and you're DJing, so respect to you. Well done. So, okay, Dad had the tracks and that, but what gave you the inspiration to say you wanted to come into the world of DJing for yourself?
Well, I used to see my dad just do his DJ. He used to mess about with his set when I was about 2. And then I had this little DJ set thing on my tablet. I used to play with that. I used to just do that. And then as I grew older, I started doing DJing.
That's big. And I have to ask, how did you come up with the name DJ Arrow?
Well, because my music's straight to the world.
Hey, there was me thinking of a TV show. It's got nothing to do with that. You've got a message of your own. That is big. That is big. Well done.
No, I'm saying straight.
Straight indeed. There's no. It's just there. It's direct. There's nothing. No, it's just one direction. I love that. So tell us, for anyone who hasn't heard DJ Arrow, what is your style of music? What genre? Can you play all genres? Do you have a specific favorite?
Well, I don't really have a favorite, but I usually play all genres.
Hey. I love this.
Most?
Well, the most I would play garage.
Hey, Dad, you taught him well. I love that. A lot of kids your age don't even know garage that much, and then you would say that's your favorite genre. I might book you for my birthday party.
He could probably do it.
No, I believe it. Trust me, I've heard him play.
I've heard straight before, and I was surprised myself, my friend. Trust me.
Big. So Dad, tell us your journey into the world of DJing. Is that something you do professionally? Is it something that's just in the house? How did that come about?
Do you know what? It's funny. I mean, I've always had a love for music from when I was young myself. I think anyone growing up in any kind of Caribbean household, you were surrounded by it, from the parties that your parents used to have, and then my dad was very much into, you know, the record playing and things like that. But when I was about maybe, I'm going to hazard a guess at early 20s. So I played on a pirate radio station, South London based, which was WOW FM. I'm not sure if, you know, 90.4 is probably still.
I remember WOW actually.
Yeah. So I was on there with a collective. There was like 4 of us. We were the flavor unit. And it was myself, LED, which is live and direct. So we've always got this theme going on. I'm live and direct, DJ Arrow straight. And that was me on WOW. And the pirate radio, it was a good kind of entry into it. For a short time, I was in a band as well. So I was in a live music type band where I was doing a bit of Sing J, bit of bobs, bits and bobs in that. And the garage MCing, you know, who didn't do the garage MCing, bits and bobs with one of the Twice as Nice DJs. Yeah. So it was a very musical, it was very musical life, and there was definitely a passion and love for it. And that was kind of my start into the music. So with regards to the professionalism of it, not anymore. Didn't really take it to those heights, but definitely something I could have done. So when I see him and he's showing a love and a passion, I definitely try and, you know, nurture that in him. And to be fair, I think when the day came when I, you know, looked at him and he was doing his own little set, and I said, yeah, he's actually good. And I wasn't saying it because he was my son. You know, you just have that real, you say, he's all right. You know, he knows what he's doing and he's got his little brain working. And yeah, you know, very, very proud. So that was kind of, you know, my journey and how it kind of passed the torch, the baton, as it were, to him.
Do you know what? The camera's not on me at the minute, right? But here it is. There is such a smile on my face hearing this story. It's warming, it's inspirational, it's got so many different levels to it that we've all had these stuff as a kid that we want to go into something and we've never followed through on it. And the fact that Arrow has done that has given such hope that it's amazing. So Arrow, have you actually, I mean, I talked about my birthday party, lockdown, it's not going to happen just yet, but you more than likely will be on the bill. Don't worry, I'll make sure it's under 18s club. Have you had bookings? Have you done some sets for people for a birthday party as yet?
Well, I've been doing some relatives parties for like birthdays, but I have done a couple of friends, like my good sister's party. But that's it. And
you did Rebecca's as well. Rebecca's,
siblings.
Siblings, yeah. So he's done quite a bit. But he did a 9-night. He literally, I don't know if you know you probably heard Mr. Mighty on
yeah.
He did so it was basically, you know, Mr. Mighty was playing and he was playing as well. So he had a little bit alongside him. So he's had that kind of company as well. And you know, I have to big up Mr. Mighty as well. Like that guy, he's such a lovely guy, man, such a lovely friend. And was very, you know, accommodating with him. And just as you said, when you saw him and your jaw dropped, imagine this room full of, you know, 30, 40, 50 somethings, and they're wondering where the music's coming from. They're looking, they can't even see over the decks. And they look, and everyone's got their cameras out and things. And, you know, he's unfazed. He was just doing his thing.
You're a pro. I'm loving this, Arrow. So, I mean, the place I saw it, and I've got to be honest, I was actually doing a recording, and my aunt called me and was like, and listen, you need to see this. And I'm like, I can't. And she said, look, I've sent it to you. Check your Instagram. He's clashing White Yardie. He's doing a bit. And I caught the replay, and I was like, So I mean, you've gone back to back with Mighty. You've done a sound clash with White Yardie. How did those...
I'll need to interject there just to clarify. So what it was, White Yardie has a show that he puts on called What Are You Playing?
Okay.
So what it was actually Arrow clashing another young DJ.
Okay, my mistake.
8-year-old and a 9-year-old. White Yardie was the host.
Cool.
We'll just be careful not to make that distinction.
No. That is the better way to do it, yeah. I have
to clarify that, just in case White Yardie... Well, I don't anyway.
But you're in hands up. I put my apologies on that one. I did word it wrong. But you're in these circles with prominent names in our industry, whether it be comedy, whether it be music. How was that feeling for you to know you're being recognized by these people?
Well, it makes me feel like I'm special, or like a lot of people know me. Like that's just helping me with stuff. It's making me get even more confident. Like the more I see this happening, I'm gonna keep on doing it so more people know me and DJ Arrow.
I love that. Do you know what? Straight to the world, indeed. Straight to the world. Keep firing them arrows. I'm loving that. So for anyone who is listening to this, one day what we will have to do, actually, not stealing anything from someone we just mentioned on Instagram's What Are You Playing? But we will have to have you with a set one day. I will definitely be calling you back. But for anyone who's interested to see or hear more of Arrow, potentially a booking, how can they get hold of you?
He's got his Instagram, which is managed by myself and his mother as well. Cool. It's DJ Arrow 2011. So yeah, just any DMs through that. And yeah, we can make things available. I know obviously in these current times, it looks like it's just Zoom parties for now. But maybe when lockdown is eased and people can have a bit more closer distance and everything's safe or safer, then yeah, definitely, yeah, we're there. So it's at DJ Arrow 2011, DJ Arrow at Gmail, or DJ Arrow 2011 at gmail.com for any contact.
Perfect. No, I love that. Great stuff ahead. DJ Arrow, Dad, keep up the good work. Look. Everyone start following, because you will see there is pure talent there. So guys, as I said, we will have you guys back one time for a set. I might just leave it for Music Corner, a little 5-10 minutes, just have a couple tracks spinning. That will be banging. Just let the viewers of the Lifestyle Show know exactly how he's going straight to the world. So, I'm loving that. It will be live and direct. Hey.
All right.
No, most definitely, guys.
Yeah, get him out.
No, that would be the one. So guys, thank you so much. I encourage everyone to follow, and we'll keep in contact, and this is not the last time we'll be seeing from you two. It's been an absolute pleasure. DJ Arrow, keep doing your thing. Honestly, you've got it, bro. Honestly. So thank you guys so much.
Heart of love. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Guys, honestly, you really have to see what's going on there. DJ Arrow and his dad, two amazing DJs. The way they spin, it is top stuff. He's 8 years old. As I said, I could just about press pause. I was like playing my own track, not spinning and entertaining the world. No, he's got it going on. Okay, right now I'm going to introduce our weekly spot with the one, the only Miss Jade Marie Joseph. Hey! How you doing, Jade? No?
Hi, Auntie.
Hey, you good?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. So, as always, I have to ask this question because each week it just doesn't stop. What's been happening in the world of Jade Marie Joseph?
Yes, so in my world, it's still kind of like Zoom rehearsals. I've got my performance coming up in a minute on the 16th. And what else? Like auditions. And I've got filming soon. That's another good project I can't wait for. And obviously, I've done my showreel. So my mum's signaling to me for that, and it's really quite. Yeah, that's what they wanted. Because that's what my mum does. So anyway, and I've recently edited my showreel, which I'm going to be showing actually, and talking about how actors can use your own edit skills. But I'll talk about that a bit more actually after. I don't want to just kind of put it all out there before. So yeah, it's about how actors can use their editing skills instead of always having to spend the big bucks for someone to do your own showreel.
No, cool. I'm 100% behind that. That makes a lot of sense. So how, in terms of putting it together, and I'm not trying to put any editors out of work, how long did it take you to put that all together?
I would say if I didn't always procrastinate sometimes in between, in whole, I would say about 2 days.
Okay.
2 days. It was quite hard though, because it was like 3 films. No, there was 4 films. I took one of the films out. I wasn't sure about my performance in there. But I used 3 films. So we're talking about, what, say 20 minutes each. And having to condense that in less than 3 minutes.
Wow.
So, yeah, that is not easy.
That's serious. That is serious. No, well done to you for that one. Okay, then. Well, let's not waste any time on that one. Let's have a look.
Yep. Thank you.
A nice weekend away somewhere Mummy used to love. And look, I know you've had a hard time dealing with everything. Was I in the dream? No. Wow. Okay.
Are you really going to be offended because of a dream?
Well, yeah, I am. Because it shows you don't care about me in the subconscious, Sarah.
Explain.
Explain what? I told you guys it was a family holiday.
You knew I wouldn't want to see him.
It's your birthday and Dad wanted to be here. It's really not a big deal. Get over it.
There was Dad in the living room with Auntie Priscilla. Naked.
I'm not even surprised.
So PrEP, which is pre-exposure prophylaxis. Say it with me.
Pre-exposure prophylaxis.
Yeah, don't worry, it took me a while myself. So, sit down. Come on. So imagine you're seeing someone with HIV, right? Now you want to have sex with this person, but you're worried. Well, PrEP actually lowers your chances of even getting infected. In fact, if used as prescribed, daily PrEP can reduce the risk of getting HIV from sex by 99.9999%. Huh? I know. Bottom line is, whatever it is, you'll be okay. Yeah?
Yeah.
Anyway, these lot better call my name soon, because I'm about to lose it.
Next week? What about our Disney DVD week?
Oh, there's always another week.
No, but we said next week. I'm gonna miss you.
I'm not going to be gone forever, Can. And plus, you're not going to miss me that much. You'll be too busy sniffing phones in the girls' changing rooms. And besides, you've got the others anyway.
No, nothing to lose when you lose fake friends.
Lifers. You trying to tell me about life? What do you know about life, Candice? You got it easy. You get chance after chance, and what do you do? Make excuse after excuse. And do you know what? I'm done.
Hey, remind me never to beef you, yeah? What do you know about life, Jane? Huh? Cool. It's fine. It's fine. That ain't all acting. That was serious. No, that's a wonderful piece of showreel there. Love it. So tell us a bit about each of those films and when you recorded them and how they came about and what the stories are about in each one.
Morning Glory, so that's the last section. I shot that, I'm sure, was well over 3 years, about 3-4 years ago. That was basically, she was my best friend, Candice. I've been through some problems, some troubles. My mum committed suicide. She wasn't really there for me. Hence why I kind of give it to her at the end, because she's saying, where am I for her? But I'm like, where was you for me? And yeah, it's about me kind of going off into the army, and it's a coming of age story. And how friendships can, end up drifting apart due to life, just life in general. And then Girlsplained, that was had a short bit in there. But I was the character who was basically telling her, look, don't be worried about, basically, if you are infected with HIV or AIDS, there's still a way to live a long and fulfilling life now with PrEP, which is pre-exposure prophylaxis. So yeah, and then, and in The Water, so I shot Girlsplained last year. The Water also shot last year.
Sorry, just while I'm on that one, Girlsplained, that's the one that is the one that was nominated in Screen Nation, is that correct? Yeah, you see, I do listen to you. Rumor. Cool.
And yeah, The Water I did last year as well, and I'm the older sister of the main star, and just family troubles. Our mother died or committed suicide. I can't remember which one it was, to be honest. But she's having these issues and these problems, and our dad isn't the most helpful, and he kind of just left us when our mum died. He just left us over here, went back to Africa, and ended up basically being with another woman and continuing his life like nothing happened. My sister, from the mother's death, ended up having to go to therapy. Her mental health was highly fragile, and therefore she didn't really feel the love from her dad. So he'd come back on her birthday, and it just erupts. And then sadly, I'm not going to say too much because it hasn't actually come out yet. So
cool. So the other films, is there anywhere where people can catch them? Is it available online? Any websites? Any plugs you'd like to put on that?
Yes, Girlsplained is on YouTube. You can put in Girlsplained short film. It's got over, I think, 500,000 views now, so that is amazing. And the production team is UK Fully Focused. They're a very big, especially for young actors, big production company for young actors, especially. And unfortunately, Morning Glory, it did the film festival circuit, but it didn't actually end up going online. So there's nowhere to catch that, I'm afraid. And The Water is to be doing film festival circuits and then should be put online, say maybe back end of the year.
Cool. Well, they all sound really interesting, really great stuff. I love the show reel, well put together. Bit pre-watershed, but we won't get into that. But no, it shows the diversity, which is awesome. I love the way it puts out your actor's number, or is it the prison number? Because I saw the way you threatened the girl. I'm joking, by the way. Nah, Jade, thank you so much. Always a pleasure to have you. Can we just have some socials?
Yeah. Instagram is at Jade_Titch. My Facebook is Jade Marie Joseph, and my Twitter is at JadeM_actress.
Cool. Well, Jade, thank you very much, and we shall catch you next week.
Yes.
Okay, see ya. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, from one member of the Lifestyle Show family to one that you haven't seen in a while, but it's always a pleasure. In fact, it's not a pleasure, it's a desire to have this lady here. I'm talking about none other than the one, the only Miss Desire. Hey!
Hi!
How are you?
You?
I'm good. Long time no see.
I know, it's been a minute and now we have to do it virtually.
I know. It's the new normal, as I like to call it, but we are here, and the best thing is that the communication is still there. That's the main thing. Miss Desire is back in communication. The world is happy. The world is a better place, no matter what's going on outside. So tell us, Miss Desire, what's been happening since we've last seen you on the Lifestyle Show?
Oh my goodness, I feel like so much has happened. I've been doing what I do best, performing, singing, still doing my carnival costumes. I've now joined a band, won the band. So whenever you see Miss Desire is Miss Desire in the band, is myself. I have a male singer that's also part of the band named Desh. And we've just been up and down the UK singing. I've been Barbados, Miami, Trinidad, all the fun places. I still need to take you there. So yeah, it's been really, really good.
You know what? You saved yourself. I'm not going to lie. Because I heard Barbados, I heard Miami. My face dropped. I was going to be like, okay, pleasure. Nice seeing you, Mr. Desire. Then you're like, you're still. No, that's all good. You're busy. It's business, not pleasure. So there's no time to sit back and party with the Lifestyle Show. But it's good to see that you're still in the game, you know? I mean, obviously, when I say that, people are hearing you. So there was never a doubt that you were in the game. But in terms of seeing you on Lifestyle, it's been a while. So that's good to see. Now, I have to ask this because you are a soca artist. It's not that it's only in this period, but it's in this period as well. You hear soca, you think carnival.
Yeah.
With this current climate, there is no Notting Hill Carnival. I mean, I don't know if you were lucky enough to have just hit Trinidad, which I think was possibly the last carnival the world had. How is Miss Desire? How is the soca world feeling at this time?
Oh, it's a shame because obviously, carnival is our thing, and all carnivals throughout the year has been literally cancelled. So for us, we're like upset. But I think it's a great time because it's given all the soca artists in the arena right now a reason to release outside of a season. The conversation was always about whether soca artists can live outside carnival. The conversations was always like our music is seasonal, but without carnivals now, and with all these carnivals being cancelled, it's given us a chance to release music throughout the season. So there's no season now, it's just artists releasing whenever they feel like. And it's great to be able to do like the virtual stuff. So I've done a few virtual Zooms. I know the Notting Hill Carnival community are going to be doing a virtual carnival, which I'm going to be a part of. So in that sense, it's really nice to be able to do the Zooms and interact, and also really nice to be able to have a reason to just release whenever you feel like, and don't have to be like, oh, well, I'm not really from Trinidad, so shall I release something? Or I'm not really from St. Lucia. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
It's a catch-22. We can't really do the live shows, but we do in the Zooms, and we can still have time to really work on things that we wouldn't have had time to work on before.
Cool. So as much as it's different, and it sounds like you've been having a good time, which is cool, how has it been for you in terms of promoting the music and getting in I mean, obviously, the people are seeing you on Zoom, but it's a different way of putting it out there to the world. How has that challenge been for you? I mean, I know you're quite active on your socials, which is cool. But how has it been when it's exclusively socials to get them all out there?
I think for me personally, it's not too bad because I'm already well versed and well networked in the industry. So right now, like the biggest things that are happening is the online radio shows and the mixes. And I think it's a great time right now because, you know, in parties, you kind of tend to get the same songs being played in parties and the same everything happening. Now it's forcing DJs to look outside of the big hits. They do not have to draw music from all the artists, small or large. They have to be able to put out a mix that's like an hour. They have to be able to be on radio for like an hour set or 2 hour set. So it's forcing them now to look at the other artists and the not so well-known artists. They have to now listen to the music and play the music. So I think right now is a great time for all soca artists, not just the big ones. Everyone is now trying to get a look in. But for myself, I'm just, you know, doing my same old, keeping my socials alive, doing the online shows, making sure I'm keeping well contacted with the DJs and stuff like that.
Perfect. That's cool. So in this time where you said it has shown for certain DJs, and I don't want to take anything away because it's such a pleasure having you back on our screen. I don't want to take anything away from you when I'm asking this, but you said like some of the big names, it's deviating from that, and some of the smaller names have a chance to arise in this. Who are some of these artists who have, how can I say it, become quarantine famous?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know any of the actual new artists, but I know that it's given artists like Von, who is Grenadian, he's well known in soca, it's given like him a chance to branch out. Like for myself, I'm working on stuff that is other than soca. I know that there's other artists that are now linking with other producers that they wouldn't like. So we would have the Skinny Fabulouses working with producers in St. Lucia. That's not always a given. So like it's given people to mix and blend with new people. And a lot of the time when I speak to up and coming artists that want to jump in the game, I'm like, now is your time because it's a level playing field. No one's too busy to get back. There's no next carnival to just jump on. It's everybody's just, you know, trying to receive the music because there's nothing else for us to really do except for try to listen to new music. We can't really go out. You know what I mean? So
you not heard it here first. From all the jet setting, it took a quarantine for us to see Miss Desire again. Don't watch nothing.
Wow.
I'm joking. I'm just happy to see you.
It's true because now I would have literally been in Barbados. Like my phone, you know, when your phone gives you the reminder that today would be the day that you're flying out. And I was like, yeah.
You know what? I had one of those because my friend's getting married and he's had to postpone it to next year. And I just had this thing flashing because we were going to go abroad for the stag. And it was like, okay, I'm in the room. That's cool. That's life. So I know how that feels. So what I'm going to do now, Mr. Zaya, we do have a video of yours which came out. It says 2019.
Yes, last year.
Yes, last year. Obviously, it's not very permissible or functional to record a video this year. So tell us a bit about the track, how you came about it, how you shot the video, where it was all done.
Anything You Want basically came about. I went to Miami Carnival and it was just like a real good vibe. And, you know, I was just going to the fets and seeing how people are. And I feel like, I don't know if any Americans are watching this, but I feel like the girls in America are way more forward than the girls in the UK. Like they are very bold and they will approach guys. I find like here in the UK is we're a bit more timid, we're a bit more shy. So that song kind of came about from being in Miami in Carnival, seeing how the girls were interacting with the guys. And I was like, you know what? These girls are brave enough in Miami to be like anything you want. So that's how that song came about. And then I recorded it as soon as I came back. And then I shot the video soon after, which was quite fun. Now, I feel like that was my first studio kind of video because usually I would do videos like on location in different locations, but this video was shot all in one studio and the studio was huge and had different rooms. So it was a really, really fun recording experience.
Cool. Sorry, I'm just taking note. Did you say it's Miami where the girls are more forward? I'm joking. I'm taking
Miami.
No, that's great. No, Mr. Zaya, it's absolutely a pleasure to see you, to have you back, to know that you've been keeping it going. I will be honest, I didn't know that the Zoom parties were there. Probably my sister, she's more of a than me.
there's a Zoom party every
No,
week.
in soca, in that sense.
Yeah,
So,
in soca, there's like Zoom parties every weekend, and obviously the Notting Hill Carnival committee is doing a whole weekend on Notting Hill Carnival of literally just a stream, which you can get all your favorites from steel pan to calypso to soca costumes. Is going to be amazing.
cool. I'm loving that. I'm loving that. So can we just get some socials out there so people can, they're hearing about you just so they know how to keep in contact with you and see all of this magic that you've been putting out there?
Yeah, it's at Miss Desire Artist, Miss Desire Artist on everything, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and then the website is Miss Desire Music.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Mr. Zai. Absolute pleasure. When the lockdown is down, we most definitely have to have you in a studio wherever we are. The link up is well and truly overdue, but then you'll probably be flying. But no, hopefully you.
I will make time. I will make.
Oh, no, I know. I'm bad. I'm just jealous. I heard Miami and that was it. I'm bad. That's it. Don't worry, sour apples. But no, it's always great seeing you. The social there, everyone, please follow. There's great content there. I attest to that. And Mr. Zai, I will leave it to you. Kenya, please introduce the video.
Yes, yes, it's your girl, Miss Desire, and right now you are watching my video, Anything You Want.
Okay, thank you very much.
Anything you want, boy. Anything you want. Make me ball out, boy. Make me ball out, yeah. Anything you want, boy. I said anything you want. You make me feel sweet like sugar. Whisper and you make me quiver. One touch and the river flowing. Like a star, you got me glowing. Anything you want, boy, I'll give you that. Give me good loving, I'll give it back. You know you make me feel good, good, good. You rock my body like you should. Put me in the mood, let me saddle on top. Done with the talking, time to back it up. Get ready to work it. Come hold me on. Make me ball out, boy. Make me ball out, yeah. Anything you want, boy. I said anything you want. Make me ball out, boy. Make me ball out, yeah. Anything you want, boy. I said anything you want. You got my temperature rising. Me and you
Looking in your eyes is so seductive. Want put your loving girl in a captive. Flirting with you get me well active. Emotion spread like you radioactive. Natural affinity me have for you. Want hold you up and kiss squeeze you. Passionate love me want make with you. Make you scream and scream and stop continue.
I see you looking, girl. I can see it in your eyes, and it's no surprise. Yeah, I see you wanting, girl. I can see it in your smile, and I love your vibe.
Me and you together, girl, all kind of thing. You be the queen and me be the king. Night and day, I just love me a king. On your finger, me you go slip on the ring.
Girl, you make me heart start sing. Bring it, come your heart, girl, in the ring. Yo, girl, you just give me that body. Yo, because you're such a hardie. I see you looking, girl. I can see it in your eyes, and it's no surprise, yeah. I see you wanting, girl. I can see it in your smile, and I love your vibe, yeah. I see you looking, girl. I can see it in your eyes, and it's no surprise, yeah. I see you wanting, girl. I can see it in your smile, and I love your vibe.
Beautiful girl, your
If you wake, give thanks for every breath. God is grateful of people we can't take one. And yesterday gone, tomorrow don't reach yet. So you can still fix where you get wrong. And great people overcome when they press through. So if your will weak, it better get strong. Cause that's just the way life goes. Never give up on us, don't you give up on me. I'll never give up on you, I'm never giving up. In the roughest of times, don't you give up your dreams. Never give up for real, I'm never giving up. Never give up on you, don't you give up on me. And never give up on us, don't you give it up. Cause that's just the way life goes. Yeah, that's just the way life goes. Well, alright, yeah, tell them, say that's just the way life goes. Hey, cause everybody wants to win fast, nobody wants to win slow. One door lock, me suggest, go through the window and bring your people with you. Cause teamwork, me the dreamer, me I tell you just in case you never did know. So if you wake another day, give thanks for every breath. God is grateful of people we can't take one. And yesterday gone, tomorrow don't reach yet. So you can still fix where you get wrong. And great people overcome when they press through. So if your will weak, it better get strong. Cause that's just the way life goes. Yeah.
Kirk Diamond. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
One of my favourite soca people of all time. I wanted to actually say howdy to her, but I couldn't get to. But he's looking great, man.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Sorry about that. I had a technical difficulty. Came to log on my phone, and now I'm playing twice. I'm not going to lie. This is live TV, people. You thought I was lying?
You know what? We can't keep making those excuses now.
Now I'm back. I'm here.
Let's get it on.
No, it's there. Right, okay. No, Miss Desire, absolutely fantastic. Great to see her back. In between that, we had Rayvon and Sugar Bear. I See You. Great track out there. Rayvon, who featured on the Lifestyle Show not too long ago. And then Kirk Diamond with a bit of reggae. He came on, and this is the new band he put together. That is the Juno Award winning Kirk Diamond. May I put it out there? Right, Pam, now that you're here, I want to put it out there because I don't know. I think you had a few inquiries. I had a few inquiries behind that as well. Last week, I played a video, which I'm going to introduce again now. It was Ty. Let's start. Now, a few people are like, my God, Ty Pass, how did it happen? Unfortunately, it was the COVID-19 virus. Very talented gentleman. He was there. He came on the Lifestyle Show. You interviewed him alongside with Donna, and it was in relation to very much to do with the Blackout Day and stuff like that. He was working with Donna on all of that. And so he was on the show. He'd been with us. And unfortunately, as I said last week, and I'll say it again, we had really planned to get in contact to see him because he had such a great spirit and such great music and done so much for the industry, for the UK rap industry. It's absolutely phenomenal. So what I wanted to do right now is play it once again for all those who didn't know that Ty, the amazing act that he is. This was his video. Let's start. Please enjoy a great talent, and Ty, rest in peace and thank you very much. This is our tribute from the Lifestyle Show to you. Your legacy does continue with us.
Let's start. Let's start. Let's start. Let's start. Let's start.
What come into the room? They say the sun don't shine forever, but I'm categorized as soft when my actors say I'm tougher than leather. Al Green, let's stay together. Through a minefield of naysayers, see why I still endeavor. Nestled between a rock and a hard place, we cover more notes than a rock guitar case. I don't take any inspiration from Scarface. Never stood still, I even sleep at a fast pace. The Nat King Cole, unforgettable soul that does not walk the path that Johnny Cash controls. Ring a bell, but don't move for whom the bell tolls. Follow fashions, need to run and sell clothes. No popularity contests, I'm trying to make meaningful music, my conquest is under shake. Whoever's on it, feel the sonics far and wide. Close the distance, let's get real platonic and roll.
Let's start. Let's start. Let's start. Let's start. Let's start. Let's start.
What come into the room? Pulling rabbits out of thin air is not my habit. Please, give me room, let me work my magic. No day off, work straight through the Sabbath. Shake the dice and stroll past snakes and ladders in a rush. Give me the keys to the truck. The road to victory is peas to the mush. To fight the power becomes easy to us. In the midnight hour, we turn leaves into dust. Let's skip breakfast at Tiffany's. I'm trying to skip by what you're slipping me. Giving me false hopes of living vividly. Through dusty telescopes you hold timidly. Nah, I refuse this weak imagery. Eating stale food is not obligatory. So let's start this dialogue, cause we're one people reporting to some kind of God. Now let's go!
Let's start. Let's start. Let's start. Let's start. Let's start.
What come into the room to do?
Rap circles. Rap now is a circus of clowns. I probably would rap circles around. Rap now is a circus of clowns. I probably would rap circles around. Rap now is a circus of clowns. I probably rap circles around. Rap circles. Rap now is a circus of clowns. Rap circles around. Rap circles. Rap now is a circus of clowns. I probably rap circles around. Rap now is a circus of clowns. I probably rap circles around. Rap now is a circus of clowns. I probably rap circles around.
Wonderful.
A great talent, and he will definitely be remembered globally. He made an impact. He definitely made an impact. And Ty, may you rest in peace. Condolences to the family and to the music world. You know, I know he has a load of fans out there, and there is a huge mural out there. I should have actually had it here. There is a mural in his local area where they've actually spray painted it for him, and it's got his years and everything on it. So he will most definitely. He's lasted. He's going to last the test of time.
Yeah, definitely. Talented young man, talented.
Yeah, no,
Talented.
most definitely. So that's the way with that. Actually, so what I'm going to do now, I do apologize also because I did tell you one thing, but I'm going to spin it around a bit. Let's talk
like you always do.
Because it's music, it's entertaining. You have
and because
to
it's live and do what you want to do.
Come again, hey. I'm very persuasive. Dark Persuader by name. And
that is why you were called the Dark Persuader.
Exactly that. You can't just do it as per request. Oh, I'm going to do it this way, and then no one believes you. You have to say it's going to be one way. Then you spin it, you mix and blend, and you come again.
Yeah, mix and blend, and you come again.
That's the one. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to bring it back into the world of reggae, and I'm going to go with one it's out there at the moment. I'm going to thank VP Records for this. This is Richie Spice and his latest music video out there. It's a nice one. It's something for us to enjoy here on the Lifestyle Show, and it's there. So I know I said one song, but it's going to be Richie Spice. A bit of reggae for you to enjoy.
Pharisees. Just please let you turn to my brother. Do and together we stand, brothers. Just please let you turn to my sisters. Do and together we stand, brothers.
Right, Richie Spice, always a pleasure to have a bit of conscious reggae out there. A bit of reggae in your jeggae, as they say.
Reggae in your jeggae, I like that one.
Well,
here's a good jeggae, mate. We come to that point, we're going to sort of talk about the winner of last week's comp, Dalgety T's comp. And, you know, and as we do, we relay who the winner is from, you know, thousands of... if you will, well, I wouldn't say thousands, hundreds of, you know, correct answered questions. And so we've got a winner.
Ah, congratulations. And their name is? Oh.
Yeah, so there you go. So thank you ever so much. And we've got to pose another question this week. And what can we think of?
Is it on me or is it on you?
I'll give it to you.
Oh, thank you very much. Okay. I'm gonna do one to pay a bit of homage to two of the actors that we paid tribute to earlier. Both of these gentlemen, I did say it, featured in a spy movie, not together, in different episodes of that spy franchise. Which one was it that these two gentlemen, Louis Mahoney and Earl Cameron, both appeared in? What is the name of that film franchise? Is that too easy, too hard?
No, I think it's a good one.
Cool.
Very good.
I'll try my best.
I
actually reiterated it.
They've got a whole week, haven't they, to you know, find that.
If you're watching it live now on a Sunday, you could be watching it on a Friday between 10 a.m. till 12 p.m. You can then watch it again on Monday from 5 till 7. Both of those on the Sky platform, 458 Ben TV. So yeah. I think you've got more than one chance there, and it's on YouTube, so you can watch it over and over again, as well as Facebook.
Definitely, definitely. So there you go. It's all good. It's all good. What can we say? We'd like to say thanks to Henrietta Productions, the team at the Tamaray event designers, and also the Lifestyle team.
Dalgety Teas, please. Because I didn't have a hamper to give away without them.
And we cannot forget Dalgety Teas. And also, we're going to say just a brief little snippet here. We may get the founder himself, the CEO, the big man himself. You know, hopefully, we're going to get him for the next program.
Cool. Hey, there you go. Now, if you wasn't tempted, excuse me, what production team? I love
Ginger & Lemon. That's one of the best ones you could ever. That brand is one of the best ones.
Listen. I've got 2 boxes in my cupboard as we speak. Purchased. I did not enter the competition under a false name. I purchased them. I will show my receipt.
Okay? There you go.
Just saying. Right. But no, they are great teas, and it is to be most definitely. Right. Okay, Pam. I think we are that.
We're done for another week, Anthony.
Yeah, we are. Time has flown by. Shot like an arrow. Shout out to our young DJ there.
7 p.m. as usual, next week Sunday, and we continue with BLM Matters. This time we're looking at sporting issues. Get your questions ready. We ain't going to tell you yet the guests we're going to have, but get any questions you want to pose right now or comments you want to make, race relations or inequalities within the sporting field in the UK.
Indeed, guys. And it's not just email. While you're watching the show, this is for anyone watching live on YouTube or Facebook, just tap away. Like if it comes to you straight away, just tap it away. We had someone earlier. Thank you very much. I'm going to give you a shout out right now. Samantha Young, you put out a great statement there for us. So do interact and we will respond to you guys. So there it is there. Thank you very much. Lifestyle Show TV, Twitter, Lifestyle TV Show, YouTube, Lifestyle Show TV. Like, share, subscribe, pass it on. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It's been a great debate and it's all because of you guys. So we can't do it without you.
And don't forget, you know, a reminder, Anthony said it again, I'll say it again, Ben TV repeated this one Friday. This is going to be the 17th of July, and it's at 10 a.m. And then it's again on the Monday from 5 p.m. Lifestyle on Ben, and this is on at the Ben TV Sky Channel 458. Tell your friends, tell your mates, tell your family, tell everybody, tell your cat, and tell your dog.
Well, I've never seen a cat or dog turn a TV, mind you. I'm sure it's on a YouTube video somewhere. It's on a YouTube video somewhere.
Lifestyle.
That's the one. That's the one. And you know why everyone can watch it? My next video is going to tell you why. Because to close it out this week, everyone, this is Trini Boy Juicy who came in before, and none of us. The lockdown has been lifted, but it's not there. So we're still advising people to stay home, stay safe, and stay in quarantine. So that is the video there. But Pam, I know you got some more goodbyes to say, or have you done?
Yes, that's it. Yeah, stay safe, stay strong.
So guys, that's the one. So until then, I'm going to close this show with Trini Boy Juicy, Quarantine. Have a nice weekend. See you guys next week. See ya.
Girl, me want you and you want me. Let's get together for your love party. Brand new one for real, brother sugar me.
I see you looking, girl. I can see it in your eyes, and it's no surprise, yeah. I see you wanting, girl. I can see it in your smile, and I love your vibe, yeah.
Looking in your eyes is a seductive. Want put your loving girl in a captive. Flirting with you get me well active. Emotion spread like you radioactive. Natural affinity me have for you. Want hold your hug and kiss squeeze you. Passionate love me want make with you. Make you scream and scream and stop continue.
I see you looking, girl. I can see it in your eyes, and it's no surprise, yeah. I see you wanting, girl. I can see it in your smile, and I love your vibe.
Me and you together, girl, all kind of thing. You be the queen and me be the king. Night and day, I just love me a king. On your finger, me you go slip on the ring.
Girl, you make me heart that sing. Bring it, come your heart, girl, in the ring. Yo, girl, you just give me that body. Yo, because you're such a hottie. I see you looking, girl. I can see it in your eyes, and it's no surprise, yeah.
This is thing getting real bad. And people are just stay in the house. People go and do shopping, they see the effect. That we zone. Quarantine. What the tell we cannot go party. Quarantine. And we can't touch nobody. Quarantine. The way we move like alien. Quarantine. Everything on lockdown. Quarantine. What the tell we cannot go party. Quarantine. And we can't touch nobody. Quarantine. The whole place on a lockdown. Quarantine. Everything on lockdown. So you want tell me not to party, but I addicted to fat. When vibes and alcohol flowing, I party with no regret. Tickets and flights you done purchase. Everything you done set. Don't try jumping me with your quarantine vibes. I pushing down the fence. Yeah, we party with mass. Party with mass. Hey, yeah, we party with mass. Party with mass. Yeah, we party with mass. Party with mass. Hey, yeah, we party with mass. Infected by soca. Quarantine. What the tell we cannot go party. Quarantine. And we can't touch nobody. Quarantine. The way we move like alien. Quarantine. Everything on lockdown. Quarantine. What the tell we cannot go party. Quarantine. And we can't touch nobody. Quarantine. The whole place on a lockdown. Quarantine. Everything on lockdown. So you might feel like we don't business. I'm not taking it serious. Money spend the party and cancel that ain't making no sense to us. Imagine toilet paper sell out. People panic buying in shops. So if it shit all it was start, let we fuck this party up. Let we party with mass. Party with mass. Hey, let we party with mass. Party with mass. Let we party with mass. Party with mass. Hey, let we party with mass. Infected by soca. Quarantine. What the tell we cannot go party. Quarantine. And we can't touch nobody. Quarantine. The way we move like alien. Quarantine. Everything on lockdown. Quarantine. What the tell we cannot go party. Quarantine. And we can't touch nobody. Quarantine. The whole place on a lockdown. Quarantine. Everything on lockdown. So you want tell me not to party. jumping me with your quarantine vibes, I pushing down the fence. Let we party with mass, party with mass, hey. Let we party with mass, party with mass. Let we party with mass, party with mass, hey. Let we party with mass. Infected by soca. Quarantine, what the hell we cannot go party. Quarantine, and we can't touch nobody. Quarantine, then what we move like alien. Quarantine, everything on lockdown. Quarantine, what the hell we cannot go party. Quarantine, and we can't touch nobody. Quarantine, then what we move like alien. Quarantine, everything on lockdown. Quarantine, what the hell we cannot go party. Quarantine, and we can't touch nobody. Quarantine, then what we move like alien. Quarantine, everything on lockdown.